for the topic this week, I think it's going to be primarily about some of the troll comments. It won't be just about the monkey boy. I wanted to cover a couple besides the monkey boy. The first one I wanted to do was Paul K.
Oh, that idiot.
Yeah, so
Yes.
so Neil, I think you pointed out, but I was getting him and Carl mixed up. I don't know why, but yeah.
It's because they both have the same slurs.
Yeah, I think maybe that might be the case.
They're both obsessed with gay sex.
I mean, you can say that about a
Yeah.
lot of the guys. I mean, like Monkey Boy seems to be a bit obsessed. That's his kind of like go-to insult. But yeah, so Paul K was the one who claimed that because space is not a good insulator, it stops the creation of new stars. And that's why we don't have new stars getting created because of that. The funny thing is, like, he didn't know the difference between electrical insulation and thermal insulation. So presumably he was talking about thermal insulation, but he was giving some formula on electrical insulation. So I don't think he realized that there was a difference initially until I pointed it out. But obviously stars do form. There's plenty of evidence that stars form. So that's just completely ludicrous and doesn't fit our actual evidence. But he was going on and on about mutations and how you can't get new genetic information. And it's kind of like, how Neppy's saying that no new information is possible, kind of idiocy that he does. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that's one of the things I can't do. I have to figure it out. I can't put the chats on screen. Ugh. All right.
Remember that Paul also thinks that the COVID shot will give you HIV.
Oh, yeah, and calls it the clot shot.
I hadn't heard that particular conspiracy theory. That's new.
Yeah, I mean, those guys were saying that, like, everyone who got the COVID shot was going to have HIV within like 2 years or something, and of course that never materialized. And Craig, yeah, he is a Christian.
The conspiracy theory is based in this Argentine study, I think it was, where it can give you, it increases the chances of a false positive,
right,
for HIV tests. Yeah.
Haven't they identified a stellar nursery?
Oh, I'm sure they have. I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely the case that stars form or are currently forming, and also that, within, I mean, we can kind of look back in time and see that, stars have formed. All the stars that we see were not formed at the Big Bang. A large number of them were formed, relatively recently, meaning within the last, few, 2-3 billion years. So.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
See what? Yeah, one of the games that they can play with new stars. There's this idea. Well, that was 4 billion years ago. There's nothing new. Like they can always move the goalpost on what they mean by new. It's like he wants, and Neppy plays that game with the new information from evolution. No matter what you answer with, he'll well, that's not new. It was it always first. It was always there. Is it? Well, then if it has the potential to change, then that information was always there.
Right.
Like he plays fast and loose with his definitions.
And with facts as well, not just the definitions.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
What
wait.
an idiot.
Ook, I guess, is having a little trouble because Google Meets is on Windows. I mean, they should still work on Chrome. I mean, that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my phone's on Chrome, so it definitely works.
Yeah, I'm just my settings are still old from I'm sort of slowly getting everything that was on Windows over to Chrome, and it's I only just realised, oh shit, it's loaded up in the Windows icon instead of the Google. I didn't have Windows open. I don't know. Problem for later.
Yeah, so this is
Working out.
definitely kind of I mean, it's our first attempt at using Google Meets here. I was almost tempted just, to go back to StreamYard because since Blarg wouldn't be able to join us. And by the way, he's traveling, so that's why he can't join us. And I think he made some comments in the live chat anyway.
Oh, that reminds me. Who is this Neo Relic? He posted some comments yesterday on this video, and it was something about men need reproductive rights.
He came on the show a few
financial
months back.
abortion.
Oh, it's the man right guy.
Yeah.
Wait, which video? In one of my
This
videos?
No,
Yeah.
this one.
Oh, in this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wait, the
he's-
current one? You can't put in
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah,
Oh, you
he
mean
is.
in the live chat?
Yeah.
In the live chat, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, in the
okay.
live chat.
Yeah, if it was a
Yeah.
while ago, it seems to go away. If if it was made before
Yeah.
the stream starts.
Has other people seen him around? He's some sort of fucking nutcase.
He usually turns up on the abortion videos for like AXP or The Line or
Oh,
Skeptic has done a few.
Oh yeah.
young Edith is now spamming Jason over at DZ debates and
Oh, are you
deconstruction zone.
serious?
Oh. Oh, that's gonna be a. Oh.
I mean,
what's going on?
he's such a coward. He should
Calling-
just call in.
He's doing the same bullshit. Jason refuses to debate me,
What?
and it's
But when he says debate, he means like responding in the chats, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's as far as I can work out
Yeah.
because he's too gutless to do anything else. It's the same shit he pulled when he said Matt refused. He wiped the floor with Matt.
Oh yeah, no, I called him out on that bullshit way too many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
Yes, he's over there.
Yeah, no one's gonna believe he even has like the mental capacity to hold a conversation, let alone have a debate. So I had been going after Carl, so Carl and Paul is getting related here, but about Carl, he had, I guess, challenged me as well to quote unquote a debate, and by debate he means just being able to post comments. And he claimed I had run away because I had gone to sleep and didn't respond to his comments for many, many hours. So that's where I had, made that challenge to say, okay, because he said, bring it. So I said, okay, I'll bring it. And then I created a live stream where I had invited him to come on. And he obviously didn't show, but now he's crying because of that video, because I'm misrepresenting him. Someone who claimed that I had run away just because I didn't respond to an asynchronous comments in real time, and he refuses to get on a platform, a real time platform, to have a discussion because he knows he can't have a discussion. But he makes a lot of excuses about why he doesn't do it. Were you going to say something?
Oh No, nothing important.
All right. Yeah. So I was going to have those comments ready, but I don't. I just have
the comments
yeah.
that you're sharing with us here on the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've.
Yeah, I was I
Yeah.
was going to go through
Sorry.
the mutation one.
I was trying to work out if there's a problem at my end.
Oh, I see that sometimes. I think if you have to if you resize the browser, sometimes you show it, it shows up, and yeah, it does seem to sometimes go
Yeah,
away.
no, it's all showing up now.
Yeah, or I think if you click on it in the Google Meets on that portion, it'll show up. But yeah, so this I think was your thread, Steve-O, but Paul knows very little of genetics, but he picked up some stuff, and he thinks he knows enough to be able to make an argument. So I think, Neo, you had given him a bunch of different examples.
Yeah, we can see the end of it just above. Well, actually, I can see my post there. Yeah.
Yep.
Which basically was applying exactly, giving him all the examples he wanted. And what an idiot.
So, the argument he's making is that, mutations are deleterious, and so you can't get any benefits from that. So he's completely wrong. Majority of mutations are harmful to different degrees. Some are, fatal. Others are kind of mildly, harmful. There's a good percentage, not a lot, like probably less than 1%, depending on the organism, where it can be beneficial. And then you have maybe 10, 15%, I'm not sure the exact number, where it's pretty much neutral. It doesn't have an impact. For example, in some genes, because genes work as a codon, the third, base pair, a lot of times are pretty much redundant base pairs. So, it'll encode the same protein, the same amino acids, no matter what that third code is, right? Whether it's ACTG or whatever. So,
yeah, and because our proteins are so huge, our modern proteins are so huge.
Yep.
There are stretches of amino acids that are completely irrelevant. You could swap them out for any amino acid.
Yeah,
and you still wouldn't change the function of the protein.
Yeah, and even in the functional area, if it's a similar amino acid like alanine and valine, those are pretty similar, so those kind of swap outs wouldn't have an impact.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's not the case that a single mutation is going to kill the organism, and in fact, your entire body is full of mutations. You're with the countless number of cells. There's going to be some cell that has some mutation, so there might be one protein that may not even really be used very much, or it's not critical, that may have a slightly different amino acid. It's not going to kill you. But you do have cases like the examples that you gave where you do get benefits from some of those changes. And what Paul doesn't understand is that how selection works. So if there is a mutation that kills the organism, that mutation is going to get selected out because that mutation doesn't help the species propagate. So that's where the really, really bad ones generally will get will kind of come out of the population and really only will enter as new mutations occur. But what another thing that Paul doesn't understand is that ultimately, from an evolution point of view, the only mutations that really have an impact are germline cell mutations. So something happening to either your sperm or egg cells, if changes are made there, then it propagates. And so that would happen, let's say, I have to think during meiosis, right? Where, you may get little, an error during replications or whatever, and you might get a mutation, that's present in, 1 out of billions of sperm cells that you might have. And if that one happens to, succeed in fertilizing a cell, then that change gets propagated. So it's not like, every time that, mutations are constantly occurring and somehow, if, organisms are just not able to reproduce because of these mutations. Mutations happen all the time, and the species still propagates. So that's like the general misunderstanding of science he has on genetics, kind of similar to his misunderstanding of physics. But, he kind of made it easy by saying, okay, instead of like all the things that Neil brought up, let's just focus on one, the lactase gene. And this is where it's really, really hilarious. He says the lactase gene itself is not a mutation, which is kind of like an idiotic way of saying things, right?
Ook is raising his hand.
Oh, okay.
He's actually he's actually trying to test something. He's actually trying to find the time difference between the stream and the live.
Yeah, it's about 4 minutes.
4 minutes? Oh my gosh!
Wow! Holy crap!
I think this might be a real test.
I think I can. There's like a setting change in OBS where it can be like a lower latency one. So I didn't do that because this is not like some kind of it's not like some Twitch stream. So latency, I didn't think is a big issue. But
read the audio as well. Who was pouring a glass of water?
I have no idea.
It sounded.
Oh, that was me. I was having coffee.
This I think this one will be a test.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's a good thing to know. Thanks for doing that. I thought it would be at most like 30 seconds, but I can't believe it's like.
I'm getting a 5-second delay.
Let's try that. Hang on.
It could be individual.
It appears to be catching up a little bit.
Oh,
the
that could be
time
as well.
seems to be getting less.
Yeah, the system may kind of make adjustments. I don't know if I can do it like midstream.
Okay, that's weird.
What
on the YouTube, I'm getting you, Q, go into your the picture showing up is your homepage on your channel. The YouTube. When did you were changing settings? Is that in Google Meet? That was a couple of minutes ago or a minute ago?
That was a few minutes ago.
Yeah, that's only just started.
Oh, okay.
To show up on the YouTube live stream, and it appears.
My YouTube screen is now frozen.
Frozen, yeah. To go into your.
It's only a few minutes out now. It was seconds
They can't
out.
even see the presentation, huh?
No.
Gone again. Now it's back.
Oh, this is so.
Technology, guys. Technology.
Yeah. Well, I think for the next one, I'll adjust the streams so that it's more real time, especially because we don't have like a lot of video. So, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, just make sure you don't cross the streams.
Damn
you
it, man!
never cross the streams.
Never cross the
It would be
stream.
bad.
It'd be bad.
I don't want to know what's going to happen.
Dogs and cats living together.
Oh,
That's the area.
that's my favorite quote. I try to use that as much as possible. So.
Every once in a while, when I'm talking with when I'm in a meeting, I'll turn to a friend of mine and go, "Tell them about the Twinkie."
Oh, I don't know that quote.
Okay, so they're down and they're talking about the
containment unit.
The containment unit, and talking about if this is all if this Twinkie represents all the psychic energy in New York on a given day, according to my latest readings, this Twinkie would be 300 feet long and 20 feet high. That's a hell of a Twinkie.
Nobody be going hungry for a while.
All right.
Egon, I'm fuzzy on the whole good bad thing. What do you mean bad?
Okay. All right. So we'll try to kind of muddle through this, and hopefully, for our next stream, some of these issues will be resolved. Hopefully.
Might have to do another test stream.
I didn't realize you got that you'd gone off daylight saving or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, we still do over here for the most part.
So I got up early. I slept in for another hour. Do you want to at some time sometime during the week send out an email and see who's around and see if we can actually do a good test of the settings and everything?
Yeah, you know what? I mean,
for
actually, tomorrow would be Monday for you, so maybe we can do like a Friday evening my time, which would be like Saturday morning for you guys.
Yeah, or you know, whenever, just with 2 or 3 of us to work out this.
Yeah, I guess
settings
we
and
yeah.
I'm always up during the evening time, so I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try it out, but let's just power through this. So, I mean, I did like respond to this thing with the lactase gene, which, I mean, he obviously doesn't understand. So first of all, he can only think in terms of mutations. You know, like one changes at a time. He doesn't realize that these genes itself are the end result of numerous mutations over time. And that was the response that I had put in. And, you know, I'm going to have to, like, try to not do some of these kind of belittling comments. I mean, yeah. I'll, especially for these kind of comments, I'll have to try to sort of hold myself back. It's just, I mean, it's really hard.
Correcting incorrect things on the internet is a very strong drug.
You know, the thing is, like, you know, if these guys were actually willing to listen to the explanations and respond to the explanations, I wouldn't have as much of a, you know, drive to, you know, make fun of them. But, you know, none of this, no matter how I explain it, you know, none of that is going to hit home with these guys because they're just kind of stuck in a certain viewpoint.
Well, remember that you're not doing it to change their minds. You're doing it to show those that are paying attention.
Right, right.
Yeah, because any type of debate's more about the audience than actually the people debating.
Right. Yeah, so I started with your tiny little incompetent mind. But this is like...
That's a little harsh, but...
I mean, just from, I mean, it's kind of like when the monkey boy keeps on saying illiterate, you know. Yeah, I mean, these guys might have brilliant minds, just not on biology. But I'm not going to hold my breath on whether that's the case. but anyway, the point with the lactase gene is like it came from other genes, and these other genes were kind of similar, had similar functions of like cutting molecular bonds. So I don't know if how many of you guys know, but there, in order for trees and plants to rot, something has to eat the cellulose and be able to digest the cellulose. And at the beginning, before plants really, started coming up, the organisms that were around there at the time couldn't digest cellulose just because of the type of the bonds that it had. So these trees initially would die and never rot. And so you have like all these like fossilized trees and stuff. But yeah, they would just sit there and nothing would happen. So it's like having an untreated wood for your deck, and it just lasting decades without any kind of rotting going on.
Yeah.
Or termites, right? And termites, they are able to digest because they have these microorganisms in their gut that can eat go through the cellulose, as well as cows. The cows and some of those organisms don't themselves digest the cellulose. They have microorganisms that do that. So you have to have an enzyme that could break those bonds, and so those kind of genes essentially started proliferating as needs arose. So they would essentially kind of duplicate, and then because it's still a necessary gene, so you can't just mutate that gene if it's the only copy, because then now you can't digest sucrose. So you get a duplication, and then the other one, which is kind of a spare, can then mutate and be able to have other functions. It's a gain of function. So you get now you get this mutated version of let's say some hydrolase gene that can now, it's very specific to the lactose sugar. But you don't need that gene if there's no food source that has lactose. And lactose is specific to sugars in milk. Milk as in, oh, look, Ook has raises.
I'm going to pop off the stream,
Okay.
go into YouTube, and double check a couple of things and see if we can get it working. All right. Back soon.
All right.
See you soon.
Ook just didn't want to tell me that he's bored about hearing about genes. But So for the lactose gene, and actually let me just bring it home then. The issue with this lactose intolerance isn't because of mutations in the lactose gene that stops you from digesting it. The ability to digest lactose, drink milk, into adulthood, that is the mutation. Almost all mammalian organisms do not have that. They don't retain the ability to produce a lactase when once they're weaned off, because you don't need it. You're not drinking milk, but humans are. So then there was a mutation that actually added information that allowed this gene to continue to be produced into adulthood, and allowing you to drink milk and other dairy products without
basically changed the switch off gene.
Yes, right. So it's a regulated switch that says, after a certain point, don't produce this gene anymore because it's a waste. It's a waste to produce an enzyme that you aren't going to use. So now it's permanently turned on for, some population of people. And because there was enough of a benefit, it proliferated. So you get certain populations where almost everyone has that mutation. So
mine is starting to turn off a bit now.
So a lot of these genes are regulated. Yeah. So if you and I'm not 100% sure about the lactase, but if you start eating more and more of something, it will actually, act as a promoter to turn on these enzymes so that more of those enzymes are available. So I think you may get a little bit of upregulation if you start drinking a little bit of milk. But at some point, you're not going to have enough enzyme if you don't have this mutation. It's going to affect you.
I can still eat cheese. I'm still happy.
And you know that you can take lactase pills, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
got those.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, because I love ice cream, and so but
I love dairy too. So yeah, I know.
It's just milk for me at the moment, which is great. So.
And those pills are basically just like a pill form of the enzyme. They've created it using, let's say E. coli or some other organisms, or some other method where they just create the enzyme, and so you eat the enzyme, and your body doesn't have to produce it because you're just ingesting the enzyme.
Yeah.
All right. So for the main event, the one I wanted to have spend some time making fun of Monkey Boy because of what he said in regard to mythic-literalism.
Ooh,
So what did you guys think about that?
It was really funny.
I just like, what the hell is he smoking?
I just love the way he grabs onto a phrase, but doesn't check what it actually means.
Yeah,
and then keeps throwing it at people until and he keeps thinking it's sticking, and it's just making him look worse and worse and worse.
A classic trait of any apologist.
Yeah.
Well, I think it
was just so funny how he just had it backwards, and it was just hilarious how he just kept throwing it out. It's like, nope, that's not what it means.
You are not making the argument you think you are.
You're actually agreeing with us. You're actually agreeing with us in some ways.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, I think he kind of realized it because he's not bringing it up anymore.
It took him a bit, but yeah, he figured it out.
Yeah, he did a similar error on the language one as well.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I want to talk about that as well because he's essentially like contradicting himself the way he's saying it. But I thought I had this ready, but I mean, there was like a lot of comments in the last few videos. It's just been tough.
This is why Monkey Boy is so fun.
I don't know if it's your audio, Neo, but there's a kind of a weird, I guess, like vibration sounds.
Yes, it's artists.
I'm moving my other device over a bit. It picks up interference occasionally.
Is it kind of like
better?
Some background noise, or maybe just an artifact of the audio?
It appears to be sort of synced with the YouTube stream now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Brilliant.
It's a bit patchy, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, I think if I make the setting change where it's more, it's like more latency priority, it might be better. Because we don't really care too much about the video quality itself.
Yeah.
So why does it?
At the moment,
focus more on the audio, less on the video.
Yeah. Wait, why is Ook showing up as like or is that just me?
Sorry, the showing up.
I can see his YouTube image. Oh, have you made him the primary video person?
Okay, this is strange. On YouTube, the video showing is Q's response to Paul K, your tiny little
I think you have to like click on live to have it catch up.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll just refresh YouTube and see.
I just can't
Okay,
figure
now
out
it's working.
why the
Manually
current.
catch up as well.
Maybe if I did.
I've had that twice.
Okay, so
I just don't
people
know
on
why
the
ook is the main one. Is that something that you
Yeah.
did?
No,
Do you want to minimize your screen? Look, see if that's...
in the Google Meet, I'm not the live one. I'm not the main one, but on YouTube, I am. That's weird.
Hang on. Let me see if this makes me the main one.
Oh, you know what?
Is
I
that
think
really-
I accidentally pinned him. That's why. Okay.
Ah,
I see. Okay. Like I can.
Let's see.
I can pin.
Hang on. Tilting, if you can hear me, can you just hit refresh on YouTube on the show?
No, I think we're back to current. So, all right. I'll have to. All right. Yeah. So I think he's kind of figured out he's wrong to call atheists mythic-literalists. I mean, it's just bonkers why he would even think
What
that.
the fuck does mythic-literalist even mean?
So it
We
makes
think all
sense
myths.
outside of the Bible. So like if you're some pagan, or let's say that you're like into Greek myths. So if you're a mythic literalist, you think that it is literally true. It's literally true that Zeus, had sex with a swan. Or no, it's not that Zeus had sex. That Zeus turned into a swan and had sex with some woman.
Yeah.
that's not much better.
Oh, the other thing is like, have you noticed how whenever Monkey Boy responds with nice word salad? So like River Card here said, oh his God, you guys killed Kenny. Great job, you bastards. And the response to that is nice word salad. How is that a
the
word
kings of
salad?
word salads.
I mean, oh my God, it's just so hilarious. Whenever he
That's his
says
go-
that. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's his go-to for he says he has no rebuttal.
I mean, he has a bunch of them, but it's just that coming from him,
Oh yeah.
Yes, the king of word salad.
Yeah. Actually, I think this is the one. Let me see if I can find one here. Word salad. Oh, to Vertigo. This was like so at first I thought he was saying, to Vertigo's comment, have you ever completed a cognitive test? Nice word salad. No. So he meant this comment. So what part of this is a word salad? So he quotes Monkey Boy. Every page would be doing the same thing, storytelling. Kenny, how dumb are you? In page 1, it says the main character hates carrots, and page 2 says he likes them. It doesn't matter if it's fictional story or not. How simple are you? Oh, obviously a word salad. Word salad.
Yeah. Basically, it's so he's gotten so lazy as a troll, or maybe what he thinks is it's kind of a playground gotcha of I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I guess maybe he doesn't actually be. He's not meaning it. So he's not being a YouTube comment literalist. He's
Probably,
using it
yeah,
symbolically.
The king of the symbolic.
Right. I'm trying to find one where it's like, oh, so like, LOL at your false binary. Either the events in Genesis actually happened or they did not, as if it were empirical reportage when it's not making that kind of claim. It sounds reasonable, but immediately collapses when the question becomes what type of truth Genesis or any sacred cosmogony is trying to express spiritual ontological cosmogony. That's the old category mistake made by every Reddit tier atheist. Now that is much closer to being a word salad than
Word salad,
anything.
yes.
Word salad with Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, if we were to kind of steel man some of the things he's saying, you could sort of, if he wasn't such an idiot, you could kind of be a little more charitable. But this whole thing started with this idea that the Bible is not univocal. So Paul said the idea that the Bible speaks with one voice on many issues is dogmatic, not based on evidence. In fact, evidence has to be ignored in order to maintain the dogma, which is, I mean, from my point of view, is obvious. But his response to this being univocal is that you can't say that the Bible is fictional and say that it isn't univocal, because he thinks if a book is fictional, that it has to be univocal. So if you have an anthology of, like, let's say, of apologist essays, or anthology of, what creationist essays, if you put it together, actually that's not a fiction, so maybe that's not a good example. If you had, let's say, anthology of fanfics on Twilight movie, and like 20 different authors had the different views on it, you can't assume that that's going to be univocal. Yeah. I had to mute Neil, and it was Neil. That was pretty bad. I feel bad for the people that are watching this live stream with that constant sound in the background. But anyway, yeah. So that's his point. That if it's fictional, if what we claim is true, that the Bible is fictional, then it must be univocal. True only if it was like one author written at one sitting, right? But that's not what the Bible is.
Yeah, exactly. The Bible is a whole bunch of books written by different authors. It's not univocal. Easy enough. Derp.
Even like the 4 Gospels, we know that they don't say the same thing on the story of Jesus. It's just you can't. There's no way for anyone to be able to say that the Bible is univocal. Yes.
Tilting says where he did a re-pause start on the YouTube stream and everything, and we're about 3 seconds behind. Okay. He's using 2 devices on the so it's there is the time difference is there, but it seems to be getting better and better.
Yeah, it's marginal right now.
Yeah, I think it must adjust based on like network conditions, because I've put like higher priority on the video going through than necessarily on the latency. So yeah, definitely something we can test out.
Yeah, this week. Just give us a bell and we'll get it done.
Yeah, and he's like so confident he's right. That's just what's funny as well. Okay. And so, here's another, oh my God, this wall of text that he does, where I really don't think he understands much of this. He's just name dropping. He just like putting down names where it has no relevance. So, of these, the one I know the most is Joseph Campbell. I've actually read his works, and also I don't know if you guys know, but he's someone that George Lucas brought in for his Star Wars movies, because there are a lot of aspects of mythology in Star Wars. So one of the books or ideas, themes that Joseph Campbell has is this idea of like the hero's journey. So if you look at a lot of the myths, you see the hero's journey, and when you watch Star Wars, you see that. You see that hero's journey of Luke Skywalker and how he progresses, etc.
Yeah, it's the most prominent of them all.
Yeah. So I mean he's interesting. He's definitely interesting, and if you guys haven't seen it, there's a I think has a series of interviews he does with Bill Moyers, where he kind of talks about these things. I thought it was just really fascinating. So if you can find it on YouTube, the interviews. Yeah, I mean, Joseph Campbell also has a little bit of controversy and some of, I think, his ideas as well as sort of kind of some of the academic aspects or I guess controversies that he had. But I mean, I think it's very interesting. But it's the idea that the myths that humans tell, that there's this commonality, there's this kind of universality, and they tell, there's a message there, there's meaning there. So that, I mean, if Monkey Boy really understood, he could have kind of made that case. But you would have to, for the Bible, you would have to start with the Bible being a bunch of mythical stories, regardless of whether you look at it symbolically or, as he accuses us of having literally. You kind of have to say, okay, you have to accept that it's a myth for it to be like a mythic literalist. Yes, he doesn't read what he name drops. I do think that. Oh, by the way, Neil, if you can unmute yourself, I just muted you just because of the background noise. But yeah.
Is that any better?
No, it almost feels like it's some kind of like feedback. Like you have like a cable that is like not grounded or something.
No, there's a
oh yeah, that's
in the room.
It's what?
That I can't find. So I think someone next door has their bathroom fan on. It's coming through the wall.
Oh.
So I'll keep muting myself until I can speak.
That'll work.
Yeah, I think when you're a little bit louder, it goes away. But I think maybe because it's like competing with your mic. I don't know if there's like a background noise cancellation kind of thing. There doesn't seem to be as much control as there is on StreamYard.
Yeah. We'll just have to work it with.
I mean, it's okay for like a normal meeting call.
Yeah.
But for what we want to do, it's not as useful.
Yeah.
Q, please tell us again why this is better than StreamYard.
Say again?
So please tell me how this is advantageous over StreamYard.
Just a number of people. I'm not limited on the number of users. Yeah. So, but yeah. And so, but the other disadvantage is that we have to reconnect.
Yeah. I'll just show you what I was doing. I got sidetracked here. Mm-hmm. All right. Hang on. It's going to get a bit wonky.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's Spike, my cat, or our cat, and we've had a stray turn up in the last couple of weeks. So I've just started to feed him the last 5 days, and I'm almost at the point where I can touch him because he's feral. Mm-hmm. And what I do is when I'm able to pick them up, I take them to the vet, see if they're chipped, microchipped, and then they get sent off to a no-kills shelter. So, yeah, that's what I got called away while I was helping the control the feral cat population, which I think everyone should try and do. I don't think you need to kill them, but yeah, you just need to get them off, and who knows, who might be someone's pet they lost. You see, he's hungry. Oh, hey, that's it. I'll turn the camera off.
See, he does have a soft side.
Yeah, I'm not a complete bastard. Even though I used to,
mostly bastard.
even though I used to, shoot feral animals for the national state parks, I still, I got a soft spot for wildlife animals. But yeah, he's the second ginger cat that we've sort of adopted since being here, like in the last 6 months coming up. And with all the wildlife that's around here, the native wildlife, it's irresponsible to let your cat roam. I don't know, in the video you saw that I've got a wire cage or a netted cage that I put my cat in when he goes outside. You can't let them roam around. It's too dangerous.
Well, and also cats generally kill quite a bit of wildlife.
I think cats in Australia are responsible for about 50 or 60 extinctions in Australia alone. Yeah. They've gotten to the size. Yeah. They've actually got to the feral cats sort of inland in Australia. They've got to the size now where they're taking down wallabies, not kangaroos, but wallabies, the sort of smaller cousin of the kangaroo. And I mean, that's, they've actually grown. The average feral cat weight in the inland of Australia is about 7 to 9 kilos. And I mean, that's a fucking huge cat. But yeah, they can take down wallabies. So, yeah, responsible animalship, people need to be. All right, I'll shut up now.
Hey, Tuna Man, what is this thing with Paul K offering to go off-site? What does that mean onto a public platform?
I don't know. It kind of makes me suspect, because it sounds like something that the monkey would say. So I don't.
He mentioned it before. Paul K wants to go onto one of those right-wing, sites.
Oh,
where
are you
there's no
serious?
Oh,
like Rumble or
yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Oh.
He wants to go on his turf.
There was another one. I think Storm something.
Oh my God, that sounds like some racist site. So would it have some moderator?
Oh, there's no moderation whatsoever, which is why he wants it to be used.
Matt, you are.
Unlike AXP, which has all these massive moderators.
Got Mike from another person from South Carolina. That's my home.
Well,
this is like Florida.
Yeah, it's kind of like Florida.
Holy shit! That little cat.
Talk to Jason.
I put out 3 servings of what I feed my cat. He just ate the whole 3 servings in like under 10 minutes.
But I think like animals, that's kind of what they have to do, right? Whenever there's a food source, you need to just kind of consume as much.
Stock up, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we have to do for my cats.
He's now...
Hey, what's up?
They're now talking to each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think your cat's telling the other cat that you're fat shaming him.
Yeah. hopefully by the end of the week, I'll be able to pick him up and take him to the vet. And, you know, the no-kill shelters here, they actually vaccinate the cat, they spay the cat, and put it up for adoption. So, yeah.
Does it look like it's in good shape, or does it look like it?
It's looking better now. It looked like it had a touch, like a little bit of mange, but I think it was just he'd caught his fur on some fencing or something. That's all growing back with a week of decent food. And he's not peed anywhere, so that's good. But he looks like a complete male because he's got quite a big pair of bollocks on him. But, he hasn't sprayed, so. But my cat's probably about 3 times the size of it. But then again, my cat's a freak.
Yeah, probably doesn't want to invade your cat's territory.
Well, the funny thing is they sit opposite each other across the screen, between the screen door, and they'll roll together. They roll over and everything. Nope. Okay, no, he just bit me. He doesn't want to come on cam. Back to Donkey Boy.
Hey, Neil, how's your audio going? I was going to bring up your post.
Seems okay.
Oh, yeah,
I've put a filter on to filter
working
out any background noise.
Nice.
So hopefully that will solve the issue.
Yeah, no, it seems like it. I don't hear that sound in the background. Maybe just a little bit, but I mean, I think you asked kind of a legitimate question here about how precisely should linguistic gender categories match sociological gender categories, and it's just a question. And there's like another person in a different thread where they were saying that you answered your own question because you used should, which sounded kind of weird, but at least with Monkey Boy, so trying to kind of steel man his point is that mistaking the overlap of grammatical identity and social identity is pure linguistic literacy. Just his declaration.
So he's basically agreeing that they're not the same thing, which you already said they weren't.
I mean, I don't understand why it's a linguistic illiteracy to, even if like you do mistake the overlap. I mean, obviously there is an overlap, grammatical identity and social identity. When you, if you consider your gender a certain way and you have a preferred pronoun, you are overlapping the grammatical identity and social identity. It seems like a kind of simple concept.
Well, you're trying to use the linguistic category to fit what it is in society.
Right, because your language is an expression of yourself, and it can express the gender you want to be presenting. So,
yeah,
I mean, he's kind of like, I don't understand what that point was, but so, he's correct that in English, that gender features, at least from pronoun gender point of view, not necessarily other parts of the language, for example, Mr., Mrs., Ms., those kind of things. But from a pronoun point of view, it exists only in the third person singular, human, quote unquote, human pronouns. Okay. So he, she, they, not social categories. I'm not sure what that means.
He's basically trying to muddy the water between how we use language to refer to social categories. So he's basically pointing out that there's only one part in language which uses gender,
which is wrong.
And
when you call someone a man or a woman, you are applying, gender
So
categories.
to put it another way, he, she, and it are linguistic categories that we use to try and point at social gender categories.
Yeah.
But they're not exact.
Right.
Which is why I asked my question of how exact do we want those to be? And most people are like, well, we want the pronouns that we use to match the gender identities that we've got. So we're going to change the language to match what we have in society. So he seems to have an issue with doing that. That's all I can see. He has an issue with us using our language to match our social reality.
I took it a little bit differently, meaning so the opposite of what you're saying, right? If we were not to, use linguistic gender categories to match sociological gender categories, we would call, a man a woman, or call a man a lady, or a woman. I guess in some cases we do. When we say dude, that's a little bit of gray area. But if we didn't match the gender categories and the linguistic gender categories and the sociological gender categories, we would not use sociological gender to determine which gender pronoun to use. Right? It would be some other categories. So in a way, as part of being in a society and where language is a kind of a social tool, you kind of do. You do. And when you don't, it's because you're trying to insult someone. When you try to make fun of a gay man for being fey or whatever, those are, using your language to, purposely not match, right?
There are languages that don't have, shall we say, gender types in their third person pronoun.
Like more like distinctions, so to speak.
They use exactly the same word.
Yep.
So let's pretend it's she, and they'll use she to refer to any single person they're pointing out.
Yep. So Chinese is an example.
Yeah.
So,
what was it? Ta?
Yeah, ta or te.
Yeah.
Actually, Tunaman asked a question: what third person pronoun? I think that's what you're asking. Yeah. So it's a he, she, they. That's a third person. What is third person singular? Third person singular, it would be he, she, they in some case.
And they has been used as a singular for over 1,000 years.
Yeah, singular
before it even was
and
they.
plural.
Yeah,
but using context to determine the number.
Yeah.
But going to the Chinese, right? I think it's te. I don't know for sure, but so it's basically the same word for whether it's man, woman, or dog, or God, or whatever. So it's the same word. So they're not making that distinction, but especially within Eastern societies, there is a lot of other kind of indicators of position and gender and all that. So a lot of that is built into the society, even if that particular pronoun doesn't reflect it. And I don't know Chinese a lot, but in like Japanese and Korean, you don't use like pronouns very much when you want to, like, for example, when you the second person pronoun, you almost never use that except in very kind of like intimate or other kind of more of an exception scenario. You will just try to avoid referring to other person directly as much as possible. So within at least those languages, they try to avoid it. But I think in Japanese, in the first person pronoun, it is gendered. So like a woman would refer to herself with a different word than what a man would do. And also that also varies depending on kind of like social situations and relationships. So it's pretty complex, much more complex than in English. So it definitely is the case that the linguistic gender categories have to sync up with the sociological gender categories. I just don't, outside of, like I said, if you were doing it on purpose to antagonize or demean or belittle or, or reflect some other relationship, you would match that. So yeah, I don't see how you could say it doesn't.
Yeah, no, that's why I have the second part of my question where I asked him, are you wanting to distinguish between like, we two or, we three, or we including the person I'm speaking to, we not including the person I'm speaking to, and all those varieties, all the different types of you can have.
I'm wondering what his view of mate is. The Australian pommy use of mate, because I remember probably 20 odd years ago there was quite a bit of kerfuffle that mate was a male word, and of course no, it's not. It means mate. It, the woman's going out with her mates. It's, yeah. Language
is
changes.
it in Australia, when you say, is that generally like guys who refer to each other as mates, or ladies
No.
would do that?
No, the women, Sheilas can do the same thing,
Okay.
bunch of Sheilas together, their mates. It's non-gendered. It's just it's like in America, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be
in British. It can depend. You'll find mixed company will use mate pretty much interchangeably fairly well. Men will tend to use mate a lot, but women tend not to quite so much. They'll tend to say friend or
that used to be the case in Australia, but now it's sort of like it's that gender or category mates moved out of that. It's that every Aussie is claiming mate. They can use it, and I think it's fine. I don't understand why the people get upset about the language changing. I mean, I'm a little bit strange because I don't like to use American spelling or American sayings, but that's wholly and solely due to being hit every time at school. If you used an American version of something, the brothers would belt you. That's not the Queen's English. Bang. So yeah.
Yeah, no, there are certain American phrases that get frowned on over here as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What's an example?
But
surf speak.
College.
Pretty much. College isn't the same thing as university.
Yep.
And it's made very clear if you use college incorrectly, people will pick you up on it. They go, no, I'm at university, not college.
College in Australia can mean, it basically just means a school.
Yeah.
My secondary school was called a college. I had to go at donkey about that because I'm beginning to think he's an expat American. Moved over here when he was younger or youngish.
So I'm doubting that he's Australian. And the reason why it kind of like raised my suspicion was like there's some comment he made about immigration, and he talked about Somalis, like about Somalian immigrants, and I don't think in Australia that's
no,
like
we
a
do.
big issue.
Yeah, it is.
It is an issue?
Yeah.
Because I thought there was like a fairly small population.
No, they, which leads me to believe he's from South Australia or Western Australia, because Somali, Indonesian boat people, as they're referred to in Australia, mainly go there.
I see.
They're on the western side of Australia. And I think he is living in Australia, but his origins are, as far as I can see, definitely not Australian, or everything points to him not being born in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely uses non-American spelling, so he learned more of the British English, but yeah. maybe he is actually living in Australia.
But a lot of these views are very we'd call One Nation or Clive Palmer-ish. They're our super Christian bloody bigot wankers Nazi party version over here. When Pauline Hanson and Clive Palmer, they have two political parties, and they're just vile people. He's grown up, I think, sucking at the teat of Pauline Hanson and Clive Palmer. I'll in the comments later on, I'll put links to those for people to see what sort of vileness and evil, pure evil, those two are. Crystal's muttering behind me.
Yeah, I know, we can hear her.
We can hear her. Yeah, we can hear her.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a cooker.
I haven't seen Monkey Boy respond to being called a cooker.
Yeah, he got upset the first time I said that to him. No one uses that word, I know. And it's, well, mate, it's in the Australian slang dictionary. It's in use all over the place. And I mean, the descriptor is fantastic. I don't know if you want to bring it up on Wiki, if you just type in cooker meaning in Australian slang.
I think you once said it's more like a conspiracy theorist.
A lunatic buffhead sort of thing. Uncouth, uncultured, uneducated, bigoted wanker.
It's just that, the way that language changes, we are now using it like in this way, and which is still a fine way to use it. It's perfectly permissible in the language. It's just.
But Chuck, what's the temperature outside?
I suppose in America would be the term.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just want to type in.
There's a good couple of.
Nothing.
Cooker.
Oh, okay.
It should be.
Yeah, I guess we go.
Oh, wait, Bluey is a Australian
what?
slang? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, Bluey is like really popular, that children's show.
I get called, I used to get referred to when I was a kid as, Bluey. It's also a redhead.
There it is.
Oh, wait, there's Corker.
That's
not the
Corker.
same.
Corker.
No.
No.
Why this one doesn't have it?
Just go to Google and type Australian cooker meaning in Australian slang. It'll come up. I thought it was in the official dictionary, but that tends to lag a little bit.
Oh, I don't know why my sharing stopped. So is it associated with like far right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
A derogatory term for a conspiracy theorist, particularly one who is involved in protests against COVID-19 mandates.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's kind of new.
Yeah, newish, a newish word.
Okay.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese referred to Senator Rennick as a cooker.
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Now it's come to many conspiracy theorists.
So it's it's in common use if our PM uses it.
So skepticism's about climate change as well.
Yeah, climate. They just cook up. It's basically cooking up weird and bigoted conspiracy theories.
Oh, so that's what the cook portion comes from.
Yeah.
Just cooking up. Okay.
Cooking up a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, cook up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see there about the childcare.
Right.
Having a national standard for childcare was considered, wrong, and you shouldn't do that.
So this is actually someone who's just trying to she sounds like she is a cooker.
Yeah.
But she's just kind of saying, well, it's we're peaceful, loving people who do no harm. Stop calling
Bullshit.
us cooker.
Yeah. And I mean,
we're just critical thinkers. We're just doing our own research, damn it.
So you can see the name cooker is very apt.
Yeah.
When you start to read into it. Yeah. Rage against any sort of authority.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the Australia. If you look at the Australian sovereign citizen movement, the people who engage heavily in that in Australia tend to shoot at police. Yeah, I'll also in the comments later on put a couple of links to the sovereign citizen lunatic Christian nationalist people who have shot police and killed a couple of them, more than a couple. So yeah, being a sovereign citizen in Australia is not looked upon favourably by the most or majority of Australians, because we quite like our police. They're our pricks and we want them.
What's interesting is I think there are aspects of the sovereign citizenship that are now kind of coming up to be more favorably viewed because it goes against some of the encroachment that the Trump administration is doing on normal people. Just things like just asserting your rights and whatnot. I mean, it's different from the sovereign citizens who say, "Oh, I don't need to have a driver's license." It's not like that. But the sovereign citizens that say, "Well, you can't force me to show me my identifications. You can't force me to, or you can't pull me out of my car." That aspect of it is, I think, getting a little bit of traction.
Kind of like a little bit of overlap there.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that happening.
But you do get kind of the lunatic sovereign citizens as well. Those are
that's the funny ones you watch on YouTube.
That's right.
What is the Van Halen or Van something?
Van Halen.
Pommy Guy does it. Yeah, I think a Pommy Guy has a good channel on all the citizens from around the world. What's so funny is that to hear an Australian parrot the American thing about traveling and constitutional and all this sort of thing, and it's, for fuck's sake, we don't even have a right to total free speech in Australia. Read the Constitution, you knobhead.
Culture shock there.
Yeah.
I love you I love you calling somebody a knob end.
Yeah, that's a novel. That's a very polite term. I think Neil would. I think that probably a more polite term would be bell end.
Yeah.
No, I've heard that one.
Yeah, but yeah, knob end.
Wait, is there a difference? I thought they were the same thing.
They are the same thing, but knob end is probably, you wouldn't use it if you were at tea with a bunch of grandmothers. You could say bell end, but knob end might be considered a little bit strange. But then again, just about every Australian grandmother.
You could use euphemisms. You can't use, these days knob is not so much a euphemism as it is just another word for your penis.
It's
that explains everything.
You can say bell end, or todger, but you can't say knob.
Yeah. So the UK, well, actually, Commonwealth slang, I suppose, if you put it all in the thing, except for Canada, is very nuanced and very colourful. Like at school, we were allowed to say bloody, of course. You could use bastard, sod, sodding, sodder, buggery, buggering, bugger, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you let slip a fuck, yeah, you wouldn't be able to put your hands on your bike's handlebar on the way home because they'd be blistered from the straps.
Oh, they're my favourite swear words. Bloody, bugger, sod, all of those.
Yep.
They're so ingrained.
I wish there was kind of like a Commonwealth George Carlin for that type of deal.
Mm-hmm. Occasionally you'll hear me say, "Oh, buggering Christ on a bike." That came from my Morris brother tutor. He used to say it, "Buggering Christ on a bike," and it always. What do you mean by that? And he said, it's just very unusual or particularly stupid because you try and picture the act that buggering Christ on a bike puts into your mind. Hang on, is Christ being buggered by the bike, or is someone being
That's what I was
buggering
thinking.
Christ on a bike? Like riding two up or something. It's and he said it's better than saying, "Oh, fuck off, you wanker." Buggering Christ on a bike. So I figure if a man of a cloth can say it, I can say it.
Well, yeah.
Our use of swearing, the Commonwealth use of swearing and slang is. It's probably something that would take a decade or so of someone immersed in the culture. You can't really pick it up.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think. What do you reckon, Neil?
What's that? Sorry, got distracted. Sorry.
Yeah, the Commonwealth swearing and slang is something that you actually have to live with.
Yeah.
You can't just. You can't pick it up.
It's I remember trying to teach people when I went to Canada years ago, and some of them, the normal Canadians got it straight away, and the Australians got it, and even some of the British Malaysians got it, but Americans, they couldn't remember it. They had no clue.
It's weird. It's like merchant banker, and then you go into rhyming slang, merchant banker, wanker. It's
Richard III.
And UK rhyming slang is different to Australian rhyming slang slightly.
Oh yeah. So I'm trying to remember the Australian rhyming slang that somebody came up with. the other week, and it just threw me because I was like going, "What does that rhyme with?"
Yeah, it's like Seppo. Means American because septic tank rhymes with yank.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I was kind of wondering what that meant.
Yeah,
there's an extra stage.
No, it's a rhyming slang based on a slang term.
Yeah. So you got yank rhymes with tank and septic tank, and yeah, it gets convoluted. But it's also the thing of, you know, Australians call Americans Seppo because of, you know, septic tank, yank, and they're also, most of them are full of shit. But just like a septic tank. But yeah. So it can be fun. Yeah. It can be gentle, having a go at someone, and then it can be really taking the piss out of someone. It all depends on the inflection you use. It's just like the word mate.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are many different ways in Britain you can say mate and mean anything from, you know, what a lovely chap you are, to
I'm going to take your head off. Yeah. I'm going to take your head off, you fucking knobbing. But
you can usually tell in the comments that I'm getting slightly irate with someone when I start bringing out mate every other word, and pal, and friend.
That's
like South Park. You know, the with the Canadians on what's the ones who fart a lot? Phil and something. They do, you know, that whole interaction with "How you doing, chum? I'm doing right well, pal," and all that way up.
Buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, that is basically in British English. If people start using lots of friendly terms, it means you've seriously pissed them off.
Yeah, get ready.
It basically, if an Australian's not taking the piss out of you or having a bit of a joke or swearing at you, when they stop using slang or swear words, that's when you know you've really done something wrong in Australian culture, is when people start actually, all the slang goes away, all the swearing goes away, and listen, mate, could have a quiet word with you. Put your head in, or it'll get knocked off. It's strange, but it goes back to the whole thing with the pronouns. Language changes as the culture changes. Live with it.
Well, it kind of has to. I mean, it's actually worse if it doesn't.
Yeah. It's accept the change, roll with it, or be an arsehole. You can fight it all you want.
I think that's really the key, right? Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, that's it. Don't be a dick.
Unless warranted, of course.
That's pretty much what all the people who get upset about pronouns is that just really, in real life, how many times have you met people who have actually said, no, I prefer this pronoun? It doesn't happen that often. And when it does, just accept that person. I mean, if you're talking to them, why not treat them like a human and treat them the way they want to be treated?
Well, the other straw man that they bring up is, you have like 500 different pronouns. It's like, how many of you have actually like run across someone who wants you to use some neo pronoun for them, like a z, zer, or whatever those are? I've never.
The question that I often ask is, okay, in a day-to-day conversation, what is the actual harm that you're claiming? How does this actually hurt you? What is the impact on your life? What is this? In other words, if somebody says that their preferred pronouns are he, and you think that they're a she, call them he. How has that hurt you? What is the problem here? and nobody can ever actually give me a stated problem. So if you're trying to get into somebody's underpants and they don't want you to get into your underpants, then it doesn't matter. If you're trying to get into somebody's underpants and they want you to get into their underpants, then you probably have had more conversations than just pronouns that led up to that point in the first place.
Very well said.
It doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
And
there's no harm being there's no actual harm being alleged.
Yeah. And all these people, oh no, I don't want to lie, and be a hypocrite and everything because I don't believe in gender equality or it's or that people can change their gender. It's fuck off.
It's almost like a form of cognitive dissonance.
And it's a silly hill to pick to put your I'm an asshole flag on.
Yeah, tilting was mentioned. Responses that where they say it's a lie and I don't want to lie, and that person I guarantee have lied their head off.
Well, I don't know whether you lay girls is something that went international or not, but it was a big bunch of transgender guys who would, some had bottom, some had top surgery, but they do a big, a huge, like, Les Miserables, what's the French cabaret thing?
Moulin Rouge?
That's it. They do a whole show like that. And this was back in the 80s and earlier. And guys they'd travel around Australia and guys would come out from a show like that and they'd be scratching their head with, I don't know, but those guys better looking than most of the Sheilas around here. I think I'd rather shag one of them than and yeah, it was a big thing back then, and it's sort of like more men used to go and see that show than couples, and it wasn't just at like civic theatres or proper theatres. It was at pubs and everything. They go around the country doing that, and it sort of it pushed the Australian maleness to a point where, no, these guys are really attractive. Yeah, what the hell does it hurt me calling them girl, female, whatever? Because, they look like it, they're attractive, and most of them would probably punch your lights out if you actually gave them shit about being a poof. That's what guys used to say, they're so attractive, but they also, down six pack in under 3 minutes and then punch your lights out. It's like that Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I hate to go on to an Australian stereotype, but yeah, they generally don't give a shit.
Well, I found this comment that kind of reflects what Tilting was saying. This person saying that it's just stupid to list pronouns, but he admits that it doesn't, there's no harm, right? Do I mind others listing their pronouns? No. But he's saying that we all should not have to list our pronouns just so that less than 5% don't feel different. So he would not do something that really doesn't affect him, even though because it only helps less than 5% of people. And helping is actually, for some of them, like saving their lives. We know that trans people are much at higher risk of suicide. And so, reducing that even, by a relative small amount where we're, saving people's lives, if it's not affecting you, if it's not harming you in some way, it's not no skin off of your nose, why wouldn't you do that if it's going to save lives? So apparently, like, yeah, if it's just gonna save, or help 5% of the people, I guess it's too much to ask for some people.
I mean, but being a redhead and growing up, I got more shit for being a redhead than guys I knew who were gay. No one really worried about if you were gay. But being a redhead, yeah, you used to get a lot of shit for that, which was weird.
Some form of gender discrimination.
What did you mean to say that? Instead of gender discrimination, ginger discrimination.
Yes.
It's got to do. Thank you. Yeah, it's got to do with the Christian view of redheads. They were always considered, spawn of Satan, or there's something wrong with them. Hence all the sayings, I'm going to beat you like a redhead stepchild or something. Yeah. So, I mean, most redheads don't worry about it. But, yeah, it's there. And once you've been a victim of sort of general bigotry, you're a lot more, you give a lot more thought to how others would like to be treated. And yeah, just don't be a dick. And that's all most Christians actually want to be. They want to be a dick. They haven't learned how not to be.
So, Ook, once you've experienced that kind of discrimination, you act a little bit more gingerly towards people?
It's
love it.
Tim Mitchell's song "Prejudice." I think everyone should hear that. I'll put a link in the comments.
Is that the song "You Have to Be Carefully Taught"? Or is that different?
It's the one that uses. He spells out ginger.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, yeah. We're it's completely different.
In such a way that
I'm thinking of The King and I.
Yeah. No. Ginger.
Don't say
and it
the
turns.
bloody word.
Sorry. Well, I'm talking plainly.
I agree with Christo.
It's very hard to talk about if you don't say it, but yeah.
People say the N-word.
Oh, the N-word, yeah.
So there was an American satirist named Tom Lear who recently passed away this year. Absolutely brilliant. He has a song called National Brotherhood Week, which is
I'll have to have a look at that one.
Yeah,
he's got a whole bunch of brilliant songs.
Oh yeah,
he was a physicist as well, wasn't he?
What's that?
Wasn't he a physicist or a mathematician or something?
Yeah, mathematician.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, yes.
I gotta look this up.
He's got a whole back catalogue of very, very good songs. Some of them very raunchy, but they're all spot on.
So one of his favorite songs was "Poisoning Pigeons in the Park." Hit another one called "The Masochism Tango." Another one that he wrote about when everybody was worried about nuclear annihilation. He wrote a song called "We Will All Go Together When We Go." That's a personal favorite of mine. But under this topic of songs about social conscience and race relations, National Brotherhood Week is spot on.
Okay, I just realized, John, that on your avatar, the lips are actually your lips.
Yes.
You just figured it out.
Yeah, no, I thought before it was just like some smudge.
Not only is it my lips, but it's my lips upside down.
I see.
That
I
part.
Something was
okay.
Yeah, I've been looking at it, going, "This is weird." I know it's his. Something's What's wrong there?
No, okay, that's why there's that little scrawl there because you're sticking your tongue out. Ah.
I'm reminded of a scene in Red Dwarf.
Yes.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Oh my god, that thing is those are hysterical.
Yeah.
Bindi something or other. Bindi Bobs.
Really, Bindi Bobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that scene up now.
Okay, I am so culture behind y'all guys. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
I'll stick a link in for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
BBC. Go to YouTube and just type in Red Dwarf. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. It's about a guy who it takes place in the future.
Stupid.
What's up?
Cloister the Stupid.
Cloister the Stupid. Yeah. David Lister is on an intergalactic mining ship called the Red Dwarf. He is put into time quarantine, into stasis, because he smuggles on a cat that was unsanctioned. So while he is in stasis, there is a radiation leak that kills the entire crew. So the ship's artificial intelligence, Holly, puts him into stasis until the background radiation levels are safe, which happens to be about 5 million years. So he gets brought out of stasis after 5 million years. The cat that he had smuggled on board has had children, and those children had children. So a life form has evolved from the cat.
Wow.
So there's the cat, there's the ship's computer, and a holographic image of his former bunkmate Rimmer. And it's basically them just wandering around through time and through space 5 million years in the future.
All right, now you got me. You got me hooked.
It's utter silliness.
All right, you guys, we're gonna have to disconnect here, or we are gonna get forcefully disconnected. But Neo, how about I just look up, I guess, nibbling. Some people use nibbling, or sib kids.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Nibbling could work. Yeah.
Yeah. But
sorry, just to provide a name for my niece/nephew.
Yeah, but it reinforces your comment about how linguistic categories and social categories have to intersect. So, all right. Well, maybe this might be the last time we do Google Meets. I guess the only positive is like this avatar, but
How about this? We all use Google Meets when we know we're gonna have more than 6 people.
Or I mean, the other negative is on the live chats not being able to. Oh, which one is better for the audio? This or with the other one? Oh, this. Okay, the audio is better. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then we'll stop it here, and I guess we can kind of sync up before the next one and figure out what we want to do.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, thanks for your patience, Tilting, and I guess everyone else probably dropped out. But
thanks, Tilting.
Thanks a lot.
It was fun, guys.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Thanks,
have a good week. Be well.
Okay.
Everybody good.
Thanks,
guys.
All right.
Thanks, QC.
Speak to you soon.